Have you ever wondered how objects magically move, scale, fade and rotate inside After Effects? The secret is surprisingly simple. Everything is controlled by keyframes. Once you understand keyframes, you will be able to animate almost anything inside After Effects. So let's dive in. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 7 of our Adobe After Effects beginner series. In previous lesson, we have learned the 4 animation principles: position, scale, opacity and rotation. And today we are taking the next big step. We are going to learn keyframes, the foundation of every animation and almost every effect you will ever create in After Effects. So without wasting a minute, let's get started. I have a simple composition. You can see 2 circles moving across the screen. They both can change size, they both can fade, but something feels different. One animation looks stiff, the other feels so much smoother. So we'll discover why. First, let's understand what a keyframe is. If we look inside the timeline panel, you will notice these small diamond-shaped icons. These are called keyframes. Just think of keyframes like a map. They tell After Effects that at this moment I want this object to look like this. For example, at the first keyframe, the circle starts from here. At the next keyframe, the circle moves over here. Everything that happens between these 2 points is automatically created by After Effects. You don't animate every single frame manually. Now here is something important. Every property has its own set of keyframes. For example, the circle has keyframes for position, scale and opacity. Each property is animated independently. That means position can start before scale, opacity can finish later, and scale can change multiple times during the animation. The animation simply travels from one keyframe to another. You can add as many keyframes as you like to create more complex motion. The more keyframes you add, the more detailed your animation looks. Now look at these 2 circles again. They are using exactly the same position, the same scale and the same opacity values. So why does another one looks much smoother? It is because of keyframe easing. By default, keyframes create linear movement. That means the object moves at a constant speed. It starts suddenly, stops suddenly. Professional animation don't work like this. They speed up gradually, slow down naturally and feels more realistic. That is called keyframe easing. To see this visually, select the keyframes, then click on the graph editor. For the first animation, notice the sharp angles. Those hard lines create rigid movement. Now let's look at the eased animation. See those beautiful smooth curves. Those curves create natural acceleration and deceleration. That's why the second animation feels much more professional. Don't worry if the graph editor looks confusing right now. I will create a detailed video on this also. Many beginners think keyframes are already used to move the object, but it's not true. Keyframes can animate almost anything. For example, scale, rotation, opacity, blur, colors, effects, video transitions, audio levels, lighting and camera movement. Basically, if something can change over time, it can usually be animated using keyframes. Even the transition between clips uses keyframes. As your project becomes more advanced, you will simply be adding more keyframes and combining more properties into it. The concept always stays the same. So basically, keyframe tells After Effects what should happen at a specific point of time. Every property has its own keyframes. After Effects automatically creates the animation between keyframes using interpolation. You can add multiple keyframes to create more detailed animation. And easing makes animation smoother and much more professional. Once you understand keyframes, you have learned one of the most important skills in After Effects. Now that you understand how keyframe works. And that's all for today's video. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. I'll meet you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.